He's across the street. So what are you doing here?
I was using my outlet to charge my phone.
Okay. You got ID on you?
No, I don't.
You don't have any ID?
No, I don't have my driver's license.
Okay, well...
My name's Sean Mayer.
Well, you got something that you need to verify that?
Oh man. Oh, there it goes. I'm showing my dog. See, I don't have internet, so I can't show you. But, Sean Mayer.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Well, no, there's an issue with the trespassing, though. If you don't belong here.
Oh, I'll get off of the
Well, no, it's, you gotta call the cops, and you gotta trespass them. It's a little process that has to happen, all right? Actually, I do this place, so you can be detained. Your hands behind your back, I will fuck you up, okay?
I know, buddy, I know.
Okay, just relax, and I'm just gonna trespass, okay?
Buddy, I didn't.
Okay, just put your other hand behind your back, and I won't hurt you. Okay? Relax. It's just a trespass, just a misdemeanor, okay? But I have to do it, okay?
Can I call my buddy?
No, hold on. Relax your hands.
Hey, buddy, I didn't mean to fucking face you off, dude. It's just I'm trying to go back.
Relax.
Okay. Dude.
All right. Can you kneel up? Can you get to your
I
knees?
can get it. I got it.
Good?
Hey,
all right.
Here. You can take that if you want.
What is it?
It's a string over there.
This thing here?
Oh, yeah, it's tied in my hair.
Here, put this in your pocket here, like this, okay? These are your glasses, okay? You all right?
Yeah, you got me all over the place. Well,
Yeah.
hey, I didn't.
You got a little squirrely on me, okay?
That's my puppy.
Okay.
Just for defense. Hey, buddy, you don't have to call the cops.
No, I have to, dude.
Oh, you want to just make sure? Okay.
No, I have to do my job. You don't understand. Here, let's walk back. No, that's exactly what I'm supposed to do. I'll show you.
Jordan? It's your first time?
I'm working here at this property.
That's why
They put me here. They put me here for a reason. I do what I do. Hold on. See, this is the property right here, right? Del Monte on Bell. Can you see that?
Yeah.
That's where we're at. Here's my orders.
Oh,
Homeless. We're to call police immediately if we find homeless on property. Do not escort them on property. Contact police and have them trespass. You read that, right?
Yeah, I got
Okay.
you.
Now, I'm not saying you're homeless, but obviously you don't live here, okay? You just put a document, okay? And as long as I don't catch you again, then we're good. Okay, so if you have a friend who does live here, then you can't live here.
You're coming back here and fucking over again.
I hope you don't.
You just told me that, man.
Well, if I didn't solve my orders, I can't.
My buddy showed me that outlet and there's no other one.
It's 7-Eleven, right? Walk
But
away.
they don't, the outlet, they don't let you use it.
So I believe it's 3205 West Bell Road. It's an apartment complex. Del Monte on Bell, I believe. I'm the security guard here. I've detained a trespasser and trespass. He doesn't have ID, or he says he doesn't have ID. I'm gonna check that. Caucasian, yeah. Oh, 28, 30. 5'5", 130 pounds. He's got a camouflage hoodie and a baseball hat and a camouflage backpack. Dark blue jeans. He had a pepper spray that I saw. I haven't checked it further. It's a camouflage hat. Correct. Yeah, it's a baseball style camo hat. I'm Scott. Area code 202 352 4218. I've got him right by the leasing office, right off the bill. Okay. All right, thank you. Bye. You're on the way. You get here, okay?
No, I'm just saying.
What you got here?
What are you gonna do with that glove, man?
I'm gonna see if you have any weapons and stuff on there.
No, I don't, man. All I have is that pepper spray and what's tied to my wrist. What, you got a metal detector?
No, that's my cell phone. Needles or anything, right?
No.
You gotta think about it?
None that's gonna hit you.
Oh, okay.
Clean ones.
Substances or something?
Well, I don't have any on me now.
Okay. Flashlight. What's this here? Oh,
That's a Sharpie.
Yeah. Looking at some pockets.
No.
Well, I'm glad you didn't try to pull your pepper spray on me, sir. What's that?
You already got me.
No, I know. You're not in trouble for the knife. It's Arizona. And unless you're a prohibited possessor, you can even have a firearm, right?
Anyway, you get to go through all my stuff like that?
I do. See, I'm not the police, okay? You're on private property, so I'm basically like the ownership, you know?
Are you like, taking it?
I'm not taking it. Just inventorying it, sir. Okay? Well, you might have stolen property. You don't know what's been reported stolen here, right? Okay? So when you came on property here, you kind of gave consent. I understand that, but this is private property. The people that live here, you know, pay for electricity. You know that, right? What do you use the calculator for? Okay. Are you doing math? How were you in math when you were in school? Let's do that. Teach math. What's that?
That's a good thing I did all the drugs before I came over.
Yeah. I'm not too concerned about your drugs. unless you
Yeah,
got
but
like
your buddies will
distribution.
be.
What's that?
Your buddies would be.
Well, yeah, but if it's just simple possession, you know, then I can kind of let them know so they don't waste their time. You don't have your warrants, do you?
No.
As long as you don't have any warrants, they're just going to document you and officially trespass you, which unfortunately requires they have to be called.
Man, but it wasn't this big of a...
Now, you're not going to be arrested, and like I said, unless you have warrants. There's nothing in here? That's too bad.
There's not even money in there. See, man, you're that's a little too much, man. You're a freaking nice guy.
No, I'm a nice guy too. I could take your stuff, right? Well, I'm not a thief.
I don't know,
You know, I got a job to do.
Man, they're gonna take forever, man.
Maybe not.
Get up here.
Maybe not. You know, they know you're in custody, so they know we're just sitting here. It's not like I said you ran away and they're gonna look for you.
Can I sit down?
Yeah, go ahead and sit down. Yeah, right there, it's fine.
Do you want to take this off me? Untie it?
What now?
Yeah, it's tied around my wrist.
How do I untie it? Oh, yeah, I see. Why do you carry like that? As a weapon?
Well, it's just in case somebody comes up.
Do you live on the streets?
No, but I'm out at night a lot.
Just doing what? Looking for drugs?
No. Just.
All right, go ahead and have a seat. No, it's a dangerous place. I'm not judging you for trying to protect yourself. I'm trying to understand you. You know.
It makes me feel better, man.
What's that?
I said it makes me feel better.
You know, just trying to, see if I can help you some kind of way. Obviously, I'm sure you're not happy with the choices you've made in life, right?
I'm not happy that I came over here to charge my phone.
I know.
What are you trying to say, man? You're trying to help me.
Yeah. So maybe you don't do this at another place, right?
Oh, fuck no.
I mean, what are you doing on the streets at night? How do you get money for drugs? How do you support yourself?
I'd work.
Where do you work?
Day labor.
Okay.
It's just my wallet got stolen.
Okay. From out of your pocket, or like you left it somewhere?
No, I left it somewhere.
Yeah. Hanging out with new people you didn't know, or?
No. It was actually my friend that I was going to his place. We were real mad at each other for months.
Well, why wouldn't you just go to his place? Why would you come here instead, you know?
Because I wanted to charge my phone so I can hit him up, so I can call him.
Oh, I see. Yeah. What I recommend is next time you're in a situation like that, if the public place like 7-Eleven won't let you be there, and a lot of them have rules, of course. Go to where your friend lives and go to that place. That way, if security catches you and your friend's not there, then at least you can walk him to the apartment, like we were about to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Had you walked into your buddy's apartment and your buddy been there, it would have been like, oh, have a good night, sir. You know what I mean? Obviously, the people that live here are allowed to have visitors, but if you're not visiting somebody here, then legally that's trespassing. Once you step off the sidewalk, and the leasing office is closed, so it's not like you can say you were, trying to see about an apartment, right?
No.
So.
I mean, I was trying. My buddy showed me there's an outlet there.
Well, obviously you're not the only one. That's why they have me here. We saw how they specified what I'm supposed to do for my job, right? It's because of other people doing what you're doing. So this is how we stop it. You'll tell your friends, don't go there anymore, and then maybe you'll go somewhere else, but hey, I don't work somewhere else, I just work here, right? Most of these places I don't,
No, I actually have a friend that lives in Bell Towers.
Yeah, I know it seems harmless from your perspective, and as far as crimes go, it's if you were to be arrested, which you won't be on the first time, it would be a Class D. It's a Class 5 misdemeanor. It's the lowest type of crime that exists. But it is a crime, but it's the lowest.
See, I've had the cops wake me up because I was charging my phone at this abandoned building.
Uh-huh.
That was like a month ago. And they just rang my name and told me to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah. See, it's a little different when they find you themselves, because they don't represent the ownership. They just represent the public at large. And if it's private property, then they have to contact the owner.
So you're gonna actually charge me?
Yeah. See, I'm representing the owner right now. Even though I'm not the owner, I'm working for the owner basically. So it's like legally I'm the owner. I'm their agent. And so I'm telling the cops that you're not welcome here. You see what I'm saying?
So, okay, so I'm gonna have like a court date?
No. Because to be officially trespassed, you have to be told the first time. This is our first time.
Oh, so I get like a warning.
Well,
basically.
yeah, but they have to document the warning. So
Just in case
they're gonna
do
take
that?
down your name, and they're gonna give me like a little note card with your name on it, and then they're gonna give me a little report number. And so if I see you here, let's say I catch you here next week. Now I call them back. Assuming I catch you again, right? I call them back. Now they take you to jail and you'll have a court date, but for a misdemeanor. You see what I'm saying? So unless you have warrants for something else, today they're just going to run your name and give me a card, so I have proof that I officially warned you. Because if it's my word against yours, let's say, because I don't work 7 nights a week here. There's other guards that work for my company. Let's say they're working and you come.
Even see. I've never even really seen you guys here.
Well, we've been here, but like I said, it's my first night here. I've been doing this for other properties, and you know I'm kind of one of the best for our company, so that's why they put me here
Okay.
specifically to do what to find people like you.
A lot of trouble around here.
Well, it's most of the people like you, they're harmless. They're just charging their phone or trying to sleep. But
you're gonna have troubles with people going through the trash.
But mostly I catch them at the trash. But there are people that will break into cars. There are people that will break into houses. And
apartments?
Oh yeah, not here necessarily, but they'll see, like, they'll think no one lives there. Maybe it's renovated, like people just moved out and they're cleaning it up so new people can move in. So people will be walking by, they'll look through the window, oh, this place is empty. They'll break in and they'll squat.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Like take a shower.
And then the neighbors will come out, or the neighbors will see, or the neighbors will go to their trash and see someone like you in the trash can. They'll be scared.
Oh, I don't.
Not that you're threatening them.
I just know.
But imagine some old lady, with her little dogs, and she's come out to the garbage can, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, there's a guy there. He doesn't look like he lives here." Now she complains to them, and she's like, "I want to move. I want to move. I don't feel safe." And now what do? They have to. You see what I'm saying? Not that you. Or people do that per se. Most of it's you guys are taking from trash, or you're just charging your phone. But, it's more of a nuisance than like a top level crime, if you will. But other than locking up the pools at night, there's nothing else for me to do other than walk around and try to show these people that I'm earning my money. And if I don't do it, then they'll fire our company, they'll get a new company. You see how it works? If we don't produce. And so it's just something I have to document to show them, hey, I'm doing my job. And
I mean, you could just give me a warning then.
So it's just
and
an
then you
inconvenience
see
of your
me
time.
again, and then you can tell them this is the second time.
What's that?
Couldn't you just give me a warning and document it yourself?
But see, if I did, then here's the legal dilemma. If I catch you again, how do I prove that's the second time I caught you?
Because you documented it.
But then we got to go to court. You get a lawyer. The lawyer's going to be like, well, do you remember my client's name? Did you get his ID? And I'm going to be like, he didn't have one. And it's just...
I mean, man, you got my word. I would never come back here unless I'm welcomed by somebody.
But that's why we can't operate on that system. I mean, normally, if it didn't specify, if you had your license, I would have taken a picture of your driver's license. Then I could be like, okay, so if I do see you again, or I can pass that on to my partner, so he can be like, okay, if he sees you, because how do I tell him what you look like if I don't have a picture or ID of you? See what I'm saying? And so you could come back, and it could be a different guard working, and he doesn't know I've already caught you, so he thinks he's catching you for the first time, and then now you've been caught twice by 2 different guys, but we both think it's the first time because we don't, compare notes. At least this way, I'll take the picture, I'll have your information, and that way, if we ever detain you again, we'll know. But even then, it's only a misdemeanor. Right now, it's just a warning, but it has to be officially documented by them.
Yeah.
That way, we can prosecute you next time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they won't waste their time with the misdemeanor. They'll be like, We're not going to go to court for a security guard's word versus.
So my question is, how come you were able to search me like that?
Because see, when you're on private
rights.
property, I'm not the Constitution and all that only applies to the government. I don't represent the government. I'm a private citizen. So it's the same equivalent. Like if I caught you in my backyard, like if we were in that house right there, and that's my yard, and I caught you in my backyard, I can do whatever I want to do. See what I'm saying?
Whatever you want to do?
Whatever I want to do. Arizona's a stand your ground state. If I see you in my backyard, I don't know what you're there for. I don't know what you're doing.
You can search me?
Oh, I can not only can I search you, I can harm you.
Well,
As long as I fear for my life because I don't recognize you,
yeah.
and I have to be able to explain it in court, I wouldn't harm you because, I'd have to, well, how did I know you were a threat? You were just walking around, you know what I mean? I'm going to look bad if I were to like shoot you or stab you or hurt you physically, right? But I don't need consent, because I'm a private citizen. I caught you on my property. And so I'm making sure you don't have any of my property on you. You see what I'm saying? Or because it hasn't happened here, but there's like literally, I caught a woman who had Beats by Dre headphones. You know the headphones, right?
Yeah.
And so, like days earlier, a resident had told me that their car was broken into, and that was one of the things stolen. Okay. So obviously, when he reported it to me earlier, in my mind, the odds of me catching someone with stolen merchandise was 0 to nothing. I just took the report to make the guy feel better, right? So a couple days later, I see this woman digging in a dumpster. It's kind of like just with you. Oh, do you live here? Yeah. Oh, well, no, I'm visiting a friend.
She had the Beats.
I start following her, and she's got bags. And same thing. I detained her. We went to the grass, and then once I cuffed her, I went to her stuff and found the Beats by Dre. But before I even found them, she told me, those headphones are mine. Now, why would she tell me those headphones are hers before I even found them? How would she know I'm even looking for headphones? You see what I'm saying? So obviously she was the one who stole them from the car, and so she kind of ratted on herself, thinking I already knew. And had she not reminded me, I wouldn't have even thought about it, because like I said, I was looking for weapons, but because she kind of, out of all the stuff she had, and she had like 2 bags, she had a bag of bagels. I mean, she had all kinds of crap, And when she was like, "Oh, but those headphones are mine," I'm like, that's kind of peculiar for you to say. Out of all that stuff, why wouldn't it all be yours? Why, if your story was true, you're just throwing something away, then all of it is yours. Or if you just got it from the dumpster, why would you be worried? But so I took the headphones and then contacted the dude, and he said they were his. I mean, he could have been lying, but he was like, "Oh yeah, those are mine." So that's pretty rare though when those things happen, but. That's why I search. The cops can't. You have rights with the police. You can.
Like still right now, I do.
Well, but they have probable cause because I caught you on the property. If you were just walking down the streets and the cops pulled you over, unless you fit the description I called them. Let's say you ran away, right? And I said, okay, camouflage hat, camouflage. You heard what I said, right?
Yeah.
Now, if the cops see you walking down the street, now they already have the probable cause. You fit the description I just gave, right? So now they can just pull you over and they can go through your stuff because they have the probable cause. But if they just looked at you and they didn't know you, I didn't call, they had no information tonight, they just think, okay, this guy looks like a street person or whatever, they're just being judgmental, they're profiling, then they don't have the rights. Then if they stop and ask you, I mean, sometimes the cops will because they're fishing, But then, if you just say I'm sorry, I don't want to answer, then you can do that with the police. You see what I'm saying? Now, if they already have the probable cause, they know that, and they're not going to probably ask you. They'll just, you know what I mean? If they are asking.
They're coming, man.
Yeah, they're coming. It may take a while. So.
I mean, dude, there's some crazy shit that goes around, on around here, like especially on Greenway and 35th. They've always got choppers